So today we have to start the topic uniform motion. So in the figure you can see the car covers a distance of 4 meter in every 3 seconds. So that indicates that the car is moving with constant speed. So uniform motion is defined as such type of motion in which the body moves with a constant speed. Or in other words, we can define it as if the distance traveled by an object is equal in equal intervals of time, the motion is known as uniform motion. Now, when a body travels in a straight line, both the speed and direction does not change with time. It is said that the body is with constant speed and in uniform motion. So you can see that car covers a distance of 3 meter in the first 3 seconds, a distance of 2 meter in the next 3 seconds, and a distance of 4 meter in the last 3 seconds. So such a motion where a body covers unequal distances in equal distances of intervals of time, it is said to be non-uniform motion. Non-uniform, the word itself indicates that something which is not equal. So the motion of vehicles on a road is non-uniform motion because sometimes maybe the traffic is heavy or other factors are there. So the vehicle which moves on the road is an example of non-uniform motion. So this is clear. Two types of motion we have read just now. Uniform motion, as the word indicates, something which moves with constant speed, it is known as uniform motion. And when the vehicle moves with or covers unequal distances, that is known as non-uniform motion. So one checkpoint is given here, so that is your homework. We'll discuss it when we do the notes, okay? Now measurement of time. So whatever activities we do in our daily life, it is based on a schedule in which event takes place at a particular instant and for specific duration. So knowledge of time is important. Earlier when watches and all were not discovered, even in villages, still now people when they see the position of the stars and all, and they can accurately tell the time. Like you must have heard about the morning star. So the farmers and villagers will give you accurate time. So time is defined as a measurable quantity during which an event occurs. Initially, measurement of time was done with change of season, day and night, observing stars and so on. But it is still happening in rural villages or rural areas. People, they can tell you. So, the instruments used to measure time from the ancient times to the present are, first is your sundial. So, it is one of the ancient instruments for measuring time. It measures time based on the position and length of the shadow cast by the sun. As the time passes, the shadow of the blade on the dial changes with the position of the sun. So that is known as sundial. Next is your water clock. Now though it is a complex instrument, now it was a method used to measure time in ancient Egypt. In a water clock, two vessels they are kept at different levels. You can see the diagram over here. One above the other, and the rate of dripping of water from the upper vessel to the lower vessel, it measures the time intervals. The sloping side makes the rate of dripping of water constant and the markings indicates the passage of time. So earlier these were used. Next is the sand clock. Sand clock you must have seen. This is used as a showpiece also. You can make also a sand clock. A sand clock is also known as hourglass, which was another device for measuring time in ancient era. So as sand flows from one glass bulb to other glass bulb, the time taken for the sand to flow from one bulb to the other indicates a fixed interval of time. Now there was one disadvantage is that for all these devices such as sundial and clock and water clock, that they could not measure small intervals of time such as seconds and all. So in the 17th century, with the development of pendulum clocks, I hope all of you know pendulum clocks. You can see on the left hand side there is a pendulum clock in which a bob is there. Still in government offices in Patna also, near the secretariat, you can see a very big watch is there. So that is a pendulum watch, or in railway stations and all we have the pendulum watches. Not watches, pendulum clocks. So it measures the minutes and seconds. So with the passage of time, watches and clocks were developed that help us to measure time. Nowadays generally we use mobile for everything. Earlier we had even alarm also we set in the mobile. So the use of watches have decreased. Now next is simple pendulum. You can make this simple pendulum. You can use a thread and attach a yo-yo ball. I hope you know a yo-yo ball, and then make a pendulum. So you can see in the diagram, a simple pendulum is a small metal ball suspended with a long string from a rigid support. When it is pulled to one side and released, then it oscillates to and fro. In the watches and all, you must have seen the pendulum watches, they just keep on vibrating. Repeated movement is known as to and fro. You can see the diagram which is given here. So this round part is known as the bob, and when it rotates from one side to another, this is known as bob. Now important terms related to a simple pendulum and its oscillations are: first is effective length, the distance between the point of suspension. Now what is the point of suspension from which it is hanging? It is known as point of suspension, and the center of gravity, it is called as effective length. Oscillation, one complete to and fro movement is known as oscillation. So you can see in the diagram, the bob is rotating and it is coming back to its original position. So this is known as oscillation. The motion of a pendulum from one extreme position to the other extreme position is called as oscillation. And the time taken by a pendulum to complete one to and fro oscillation. To and fro means this whole cycle which you see, this is known as time period. The maximum displacement between the mean position and the extreme position is called as amplitude. I hope these terms are clear to you. So what are the terms just now we have read? Length, oscillation, time period and amplitude. These are the terms which are related with the pendulum. I hope it is clear. So we have to calculate the time period of a simple pendulum. So we'll take a clamp stand. Now what is a clamp stand? It is used in the laboratory. A string we are using, massless string, a metal bob and a stopwatch. So we'll fix the end of the string to the pendulum bob and suspend. Suspend means we'll hang. We'll hang the other end from the stand and we'll make a pendulum of length 1 meter. You can see in the diagram. Then we'll displace the metal bob to one side through a small angle and release. The bob starts oscillating to and fro. When you play with the yo-yo ball and when you throw it down, it is hanging with a thread, so it will keep on moving. So that is known as to and fro motion. The movement or the motion which takes place again and again, that is known as to and fro. Now we'll note down the time taken to complete 20 oscillations with the help of stopwatch. So how can we calculate the time period? The time period of oscillation can be determined by dividing the time taken by 20. So number of oscillations by that time. So this you have to do. These two are your homework. And I will discuss it in the next class, but at least you should try. So I hope this is clear. So now next topic is unit of time. So you can see one flow chart is given here. Standard unit or basic unit of time is S, that is second. Bigger unit is given here. All if you know 60 seconds makes 1 hour, 60 minutes makes 1 hour, 60 seconds makes 1 minute. Then 1 second is this much microseconds. Then 24 hours makes 1 day, 7 days make 1 week, like that. The whole calendar is there. Now, I had sent one video in previous classes to convert, how to convert from meter per second to kilometer per hour and then vice versa. So if something is not visible, all if you know that 3600 seconds, 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. The same unit conversions which you are using in maths, at least try to do a little bit of homework. Because you know, just now you could hear some ringtone was there, something else was there. So it's very difficult to find out the related topics and then make the video. But you all don't want to put your effort. So at least try to put some effort. Okay, so this is the unit of time. So for today's class only this much, and I'm sending you related videos with that. And if there is any problem, we'll discuss this tomorrow. Okay, thank you.